What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. We are back with another Diddy video, and today we are on trial day 32 and the defense is giving their closing arguments. So Mark Agnifilo is giving the closing argument, and he started off by saying that there is a trial set by the text messages and then there is a trial out of the prosecutor's mouth, and both of these are different. He said that the trial from evidence is about the personal use of DRUGs and a swinger's lifestyle. The prosecution has called threesomes and DRUG use RICO, but that's not the case. Diddy has built real businesses that are outstanding. These assistants that they had as witnesses were all moved by him. He pushed them hard. Did they like him all the time? No, but they loved him, even the ones that are suing him. Agnifilo continues to drive it home by saying he hired a diverse group of people. He was DEI before there was DEI at 24. He was one of the first to do it. And now the prosecutors have called his businesses racketeering. They arrested him. They raided his homes. They destroyed his property while his children were there. Then he points over at Diddy's children in the courtroom and he says, "These are his children. 6 of the 7 are here. The other one is an infant." This is what he's about. He's about love. He takes care of people. Jane came in here and testified against him, and today she's in a home that he's paying for. And yeah, when they raided the homes, they found it. They found it. They found the Astroglide. They found the baby oil too. They even found the 5 pills of Valium. America's Safer, they put yellow tape around his bedroom, around his hotel rooms that he shared with his girlfriends. This is the crime scene. The crime scene is his bedrooms and his hotel rooms. It's his private sex life. No one called 911. They called civil lawyers. Cassie sued him for 30 million because he had 30 million. If he didn't, there would be no lawsuit and no criminal case. Agnifilo continues, this case is about love. That word was said over 800 times throughout this trial. The DV, we own it. He did it. If he were on trial for that, he'd plead guilty. But he's not. He's on trial for RICO and S trafficking, and he did not do that. He didn't kidnap or bribe anyone. Cassie said on IG that this was about DV. She didn't say S trafficking. Believe her. They were in love. Then he tells the jury, if you read their breakup text messages, you would cry. They were in real love. And when he said what he said after Kim Porter passed, and what he's referring to is Diddy called Kim Porter his soulmate at her funeral. And Agnifilo says that was Cassie's breaking point. That was the last straw. And she left like she always could. He said that their relationship was the opposite of Rico and that Cassie loved SCX and her and Diddy had a great SCX life. And the fact that Kid Cudi said that Cassie played both of them. If she was so afraid of Diddy, then how would she have the nerve to play both of these men? Then he brought up Capricorn Clark and he said that she got on the stand and she admitted to having the biggest crush on Diddy. She didn't want to be platonic with Diddy. She wanted to be with him, and that he wouldn't need to kidnap her to get her to go with him to Kid Cudi's house. He said she'd go anywhere with him. She'd even go to the moon. And he definitely wouldn't need a GUN to do so. If there was a GUN, why didn't Kid Cudi say anything about it? Why wasn't it on the police report? Because there was no GUN. There was no car chase. Then he told the jury that the judge will tell them if they don't believe that a part of any witness's testimony is true, that they can disregard that testimony. And then he brought up the second situation with Kid Cudi where his Porsche 911 was blown up. And he basically said that there's no proof that Diddy did that and that the DNA on that Molotov cocktail was female DNA. And then he alluded to perhaps it could have been Capricorn Clark or even Cassie herself, but they'll never know because that investigation was botched. Then he talks about the former assistant Mia. Mia loved working for him. There was no forced labor. You remember the video that she made for him on his birthday, or the scrapbook that she made for him, or how she cried and said that her life was over after she was fired. And he said that there was no SA. Anything that happened between them was consensual. Then he segued to Brendan Paul and the situation at the Miami airport when he was caught with those DRUGs. And he said that it was a small amount and he didn't tell them that they belonged to Diddy, and that he had a good lawyer and he got out of it. And he reiterated that these are personal use DRUG. He brought up the fact that Cassie said that Diddy was a DRUG addict. He says, how's he gonna get him? What's he gonna do? Grow these Xanax? There's no evidence of the intent to distribute. He never sold any. One of the assistants, David James, admitted to buying an 8-ball and hiding it from Diddy. Why would he hide it from him? Then referencing Cassie, he brings up, is it possible to S traffic your girlfriend? Maybe if you turn her into an S worker. But he never made any money from it. He mentioned how there were no texts of Cassie saying that she didn't want to have freak off. There were texts of her talking about her fantasies and how horny she was and how she liked their freak off. Then he brought up the situation at the Intercontinental Hotel and after the DV, how Diddy had texted her a few days later saying that he was so sorry. And she said, LOL, I was actually listening to sorry, and how they were moving past it. They were making up because they were in love. He ends the topic of Cassie talking about her saying that Diddy R'd her. And he says that the R didn't happen because there were text messages the next day after the R where she said, thank you for last night. I really enjoyed it. And he kind of alluded to the fact that she said that she was R'd because she was in a relationship with Alex at the time and she didn't want to admit that she cheated on him with Diddy. He said that Jane complained to Diddy about how he was on a bigger yacht with Young Miami, and I guess that made her jealous. He's going to continue with his points about Jane after lunch. So stay tuned for part 2 of the defense's closing arguments. Let me know what you think about them so far in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe.